Hey there, Jeff. Good morning. It is Jay here at Rorick Mazda. So I thought this might be kind of the easiest in giving you a little bit of a comparison from, say, the original vehicle you requested, which was a carbon trim level CX-5, as opposed to its sibling, the CX-50. The difficult part is the CX-50, while nice in the sense that it's a little bit bigger, it's not a great value, at least in my eyes, as opposed to the CX-5, especially in this particular level, because of the amount of features to amenities and honestly, even like the height-wise. So something to bear in mind. I'll show you one of the CX-50s that I have right after I do a quick little walk around of the CX-5. And essentially, you'll notice that it does sit quite a bit lower. I would say that the CX-50 rides much more like a tall car than it does an SUV. And if I recall from some of the notes that you had put in, possibly coming out of Tacoma, that might be a little bit of a shift from a Tacoma to the CX-50, where you'll find a little bit more of a comparable ride height in the CX-5 because it's taller. Now, in the carbon trim level, it is going to be an appearance kit. So you're going to see it's one color only, which you'll see the one next to it, all polymetal, all black accents through the grille, all gloss black wheels, and gloss black mirrors. This particular carbon happens to have the red interior. I do have one with the black interior that you had requested. That particular one is just on a lot down the street. So this just shows you the red interior, but if I swapped it out for black seats, it's exactly the same. You'll see that you have your 11-inch screen up on top of the dash, and everything is controlled via that system there. Now, seating-wise, everything is going to be full leather, and it's going to be two-way memory seats for the driver. You'll notice that you are going to have your standard-size sunroof. Liftgate-wise is going to be power, and the good news is everything is all-wheel drive throughout the whole lineup. So that is going to be CX-5 and CX-50, and you'll see that there still is a ton of space back here. A benefit of the CX-5 over the 50, it is significantly taller. It does sit up about 5 inches higher, so that does give you a little bit more ability to stack cargo. Now, in terms of rear accommodations, you'll see that you have rear AC vents. If I fold down the center armrest, there's rear USB ports. And if I just go back up here to the driver's side, you'll see those are those two-way memory I was talking about, that power liftgate. And you will see all carbons are going to have the 12-speaker surround Bose stereo system. Split climate control, heated seats will be standard, and every vehicle will have all of the safety items. So if I walk up here to the front grille, you are going to notice that it's flat, simply because some of your sonar and radar is laying behind there with that camera up on the windshield. So a lot of that's going to be like your collision avoidance systems, your adaptive cruise control, things as lane assistance, headlights are standard LED, as are things like blind spot system will be standard, backup camera, and so forth. So here's the tricky part, is if you start looking at CX-50 trims, you'll notice that there's similar trims but they're not producing all of them. So the lowest configuration CX-50 they are producing right now is called a Preferred Plus. Consequently, the CX-50s have got a significant reduction in production, meaning that they are extraordinarily hard to come by. So this is going to be the only one that I have left. And to give you an example, I'm the largest Mazda store in the entire Pittsburgh market, and I have one CX-50 left. Now, this particular one is a Meridian, so it's not going to be kind of comparable to the Carbon, maybe in terms of look-wise. But if we look at just the overall size, you're going to see this is a little bit wider. It is 6 inches longer than a CX-5. But you'll notice it's much lower. If you look at a 3 hatchback back to back, you'll notice this is only about 3 to 4 inches higher than a hatchback. Now, because of the length, you do have the ability to put longer items in. So maybe that would be a benefit coming from, say, the bed of your truck. However, overall, from a value standpoint, if we look at the Preferred Plus level on the CX-50, essentially you're going to have cloth seats. They're not going to be memory-wise. You won't have the Bose stereo system. So that is where things get a little iffy, is you'll be in a $34,000 price point on a CX-50, which is $1,500 more than a CX-5, and you are going to be compromising equipment. In fact, to give you an example, this trim here is $41,000, and it still doesn't have the Bose stereo system that you get in the carbon trim CX-5 I had just showed, which is in the $32,000 price point. Plus, they're powered by the exact same engine setup as well as drivetrain, and the CX-50 is a little heavier, so you will find that the CX-5 is a bit more peppier. Design-wise, pretty similar. You'll see Mazda is in that very German engineering where everything's clean and horizontal, same size screen up on top of the dashboard. Only benefit with the CX-50 is the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto is wireless. Personally, I don't feel that that's a benefit because when I plug in my phone, A, it's charging, which obviously a wireless CarPlay setup would not be charging, and then B, I always know where the hell my phone's at because it's plugged into the charger. So hopefully this gives you an example of CX-5 to CX-50, at least in terms of like looks and some features as well as kind of compromises between the two. But I hope this information helps, and I look forward to hearing back on how I can help you out a little bit further, Jeff. Thanks for the opportunity.